So, this is my, the first day I've been able to fit into this dress.
For a month.
And, no, forever.
Yeah,
this
so
is,
part of it.
yeah. So this is the first episode of Diet in a Movie, which is, dinner in a movie, but I'm on my diet, so I'm giving diet tips and stuff like that. So, this is me in my lovely dress now. And I'll show you what's on the menu for today. So that's my salad, and you can see there's red cabbage and cauliflower, and that's James's dinner. We're going to talk about Frasier and the rest of those movies. And I showed you apple cider vinegar yesterday, but I wanted to show the steel cut oats and the Vega Sport protein. I'm having Vega Sport with some psyllium fiber, which was a diet tip quite some time ago. And I'm going to put this back on because
it's a warm day for something like the beginning of January,
but it's still it's January, so
no snow on the ground.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess I wanted to say I am, like, my salad there it has lovely apple cider vinegar for the dressing, and I since
I can actually smell the apple cider.
Yeah. Since I was able to do so much working out this morning,
and today, into the noon.
You're right.
I think
because I
total almost like 5 hours.
I worked out on the thing that's sort of like a treadmill, but not, right? It's just powered by me. and
it's kind of like to duplicate long distance skiing, whatever that's called.
Yeah, it's sort of like that, like cross country.
Cross country.
So anyway, but I think it's great. It's really it's quite easy on my body. Years ago, when I first got it, I tried it and I couldn't do it. My back was too bad, but my back has improved over the years.
How often can you say that your back has improved? And it's important, you know, to
honestly,
to
I didn't know if I'd be able to, but I was thinking, I think I can do it. And so I got on, and first I just did it for a little while, like maybe 15 minutes or something like that, and I was like, oh, that's enough. And then I just worked up from there. So what I was doing was I was sort of dieting, but all I was really doing was starting my day with a serving of steel cut oat meal, mixed with some, usually almond milk, but it depended on what I had around here, but usually almond milk, because James likes that quite a lot. And then the Vega Sport. So I mixed that in, and I mixed a half dose of Vega Sport. That's what I mixed in here too, just a half dose of Vega Sport, and that's plenty enough. And see, I mixed the psyllium fiber, makes it thick, so it's like a milkshake. And anyway, but and I just get that from Bulk Barn. It's not that expensive, and it's a must for any diet as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, that's what I was doing in the morning, just the steel cut oatmeal, and then I was getting on the thing and working up from there, and I was charting out, writing down, you know, they always say, write it before you bite it, or if you bite it, write it, or whatever, you know, people say it different ways, but that's, you got to do it. You got to start a diet journal if you're on a diet. That's very important. A diet journal is very important. You need to know what you're doing and look at it later and go, boy, you know, I could cut this many calories or this whatever out just very easily by making this substitution or whatever. It's a good way to teach yourself what you should be doing better. So you'll notice my placemat is a bag of spinach, and that's any diet, you know. When I was eating the oatmeal, I'd try to eat a salad every day with the spinach, or, you know, sometimes romaine or whatever. But the spinach is just, there's a lot of nutrients in there, and there's a lot of flavor, which maybe not so good. But when you add with, say, mushrooms and garlic and apple cider vinegar and stuff like that, it's fine. So normally I would just basically steam the mushrooms in the pan with the garlic and the sage, but today we did a lot of, like I said, we did a lot of working out. So I worked out on that thing. First I did 90 minutes because it's diet in a movie. So the workout, I'm saying, it doesn't have to be high intensity. It can be very low intensity, like what I'm doing. But you're doing it for 90 minutes. You're doing it for the length of a movie. So you stick in the movie and there you go. And I mean, what would you be doing otherwise? You'd be laying down watching the movie or sitting watching the movie. Why not be working out while watching the movie? So,
or if you're working out, you could be punishing yourself by just concentrating on working out, not something else.
Yeah.
I used to say, and still say, I played soccer. I ended up being as fit as track people, but I didn't train the way I did because I had to have the distraction of following a soccer ball around to get as fit as the track people, because I couldn't stand, otherwise it's torture. I don't know how they can stand doing it.
So I did find that working my way up with the oatmeal, that I was able to go pretty fast, just zipping along while I was, and especially while I was watching either horror movies or like thrillers, action adventure. And I'd find that in like action adventure movies, if they'd swerve, then I kind of swerved too, which was funny. So, and then I realized I actually like watching comedy while doing this too, but I don't get as much, it's not as vigorous a workout with the comedy. So for some reason, but I enjoy it. I laugh and stuff. So that's good. So Frasier got top of the stack probably because of that, because I've been watching it while working out and laughing, and I'm having a good time. So I will say that now that I'm keto, like I did the oatmeal thing, and then I tried some different things. I'll show you it all later sometime. But I tried some different things that are common things that people think are good ideas for dieting, but they're really not. And I've tried them in the past and I know they're not too. But I just wanted to chart it down so that people could see, okay, yeah, this didn't work for her and it's probably not going to work for me. Yogurt. It's, you think it's going to be a good idea, but even when you get the low fat or the no fat and even the high protein stuff, whatever, you end up, your weight either plateaus or it even goes up a little bit. Your diet, it doesn't work for the diet. It doesn't work for me, and it didn't. And so then I was going nowhere, and then I had to go back down to the eating lightly, the salads and stuff, and then did the panchakarma, and then plunked myself into keto, and here I am now. And I'm doing the keto thing because I have a loved one who is doing keto really badly, really badly. She doesn't realize it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to teach her anything because she already thinks she knows everything about it, and she just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger on a diet,
it's not your
it
fault.
should be telling you, this diet doesn't work for me. This is not, it's not your fault. You think you're doing everything right. If you're on a keto diet and red cabbage isn't a part of your daily diet, you're doing it wrong. If you're on a keto diet and cauliflower isn't a part of your daily diet, you're doing it wrong. If you're on a keto diet and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna bacon and pork chop and fried chicken my way through this whole thing, you're gonna end up with insulin resistance, eventually diabetes, and gout. So if you're on a keto diet and you're thinking, I love cheese, I'm gonna eat so much cheese, good luck with that. That's not a healthy diet. Bacon is not a healthy part of any diet. No, it's not a healthy, it's not a part of any healthy diet. You can't do that.
There's too much salt in it,
well, it's bacon.
And lots of other stuff.
So,
it's just fat, basically.
Well, it's not. If you're on a keto diet and you're eating bologna and stuff like that, you're doing it wrong.
You're going to develop cancer.
That's not a healthy diet. So there are ways to do this the healthy way, and there are ways to do it very wrong. And that's the same with anything. Like I started out, I was on the Vega Sport, and it's still here. I still have some Vega Sport, and it's getting consumed because I had 3 hours on the thing today. Not just one movie length, 2 movie lengths on the thing today. And yeah, I'm looking at it and going, God, you know, I hate that I'm on this thing because I should be doing other things, and I'm trying to think of like poetry and stuff like that, watching the stuff. But at least I'm watching some movies, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I did this to myself. I put this weight on eating lots and lots of potato chips, and what was I getting out of it? You eat lots of potato chips, you're not getting nutrients out of it. What a bad move. So now I'm having to do this.
It's a fat. It's very tasty.
No good,
it's a fun type
right?
of thing.
So, and I knew I wasn't doing good things while eating the potato chips, but you know, you eat a few and you think it's only a few potato chips, and then
the bag's gone.
Now I look at the clothes I was wearing before all of those potato chips, and I'm like, how was I ever that small? But you know what? I'm gonna get back there. So anyway, so you can do a vegan diet and get really big. You can do it very wrong. So I'm not saying go vegan. I'm saying it's probably a good idea to go vegan first with the Vega protein and the steel cut oats, because boy, I lost 10 pounds in a month, and it was easy. So easy. I wasn't grumpy. I was happy all the time. Mm-hmm. And
just the opposite of grumpy.
So anyway, and then you get yourself into your charting, writing everything down, and you're thinking, okay, well, what could I do a little bit better? Could my soup be a little less fat, and how can I make it tasty? How can I make it healthy? Can my salad be whatever? Because that's what I would recommend. I would recommend whatever your breakfast is. You might, if you're on a keto diet, you're probably eating eggs for breakfast. It's very common, especially egg whites. If you're wanting to lose weight, you're eating egg whites for breakfast, and maybe with the kale and the turmeric and the garlic, like I showed earlier in another episode, earlier episode of what we were doing. But anyway, then like what you might want to have soup for supper. Soup is a good supper, and you might want to have a salad for dinner, you know, so your breakfast, whatever, right? And just work on that, and for a while you might still be having several meals in a day. I recommend with keto that you only really reward yourself with protein after you've had worked out. So and I recommend that it, like James just ate some halibut. So that's high in omega-3 fats and stuff like that, so that's healthy. Or sorry, not halibut, was it? No, it's haddock, I think.
Something like that.
I don't know. I don't know fish very well. But anyway, he had fish. So, I guess I'll maybe read a poem, because I have some time. And there goes some stuff. That's okay. So, Carpe New Year's Diem. I wrote this on New Year's Day, and then it was cold and I didn't read it or anything, so I'm reading it now. Let's start this year a different way than every year before this date. Let's seize the day this New Year's Day. Let's seize before we hesitate. Let's seize the opportunity to forge a better path ahead beyond this stale community. Let's seize a better life instead. Let's seize the chance to start anew and be who we would like to be, discarding what we thought we knew. Let's seize this new reality. Let's seize the day this New Year's Day and start this year a different way. So I planned on starting this diet and a movie on New Year's Day because most people, that's their New Year's resolution to diet. They want to get fit again because they've been eating all sorts of really tasty things all Christmas holidays and whatever, probably for a long time before then, and they're wanting to try to get back to some healthy sort of state. So
that, folks, was a Shakespearean sonnet, but it almost sounded like Pauline talking. No?
So and so Frasier, what would you say about this? I'd say there's a lot of things in this stack that are to do with dogs or cats. What else is in? I can't remember. But both of our favorite character in Frasier is Eddie the dog.
Eddie the dog.
He's so awesome.
Unanimous here.
Great dog.
Yep. Even our dogs might think that.
And Frasier's, this is so funny, you know. I really enjoyed working out along to this. Oh, and after I worked out for the 3 hours, two hour and a half lengths, then we went out for a walk. We hiked Cottonwood. So, doing really well today. And the weather's going to be great all week. So we're going to be out hiking every day. And hopefully you will too. So, we can't really relate with any of the other characters on Frasier.
I can kind of relate to Niles.
I know.
You were saying I'm a bit like Niles, but it's a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm a lot like him, but
oh, and I should point out that this is just the volume 2 of this set. So this is season 7 to 11. And I really don't like the addition of, because I'd never watched this before. I'd stopped watching Frasier before any of this happened. So, I don't like the addition of Daphne's mother.
no.
She's awful. She should not be in there.
She's just awful. She's terribly funny.
No. So, the Nutcracker, this one has Macaulay Culkin in it. And we'll probably talk about it a little bit later too, because James is going to want to watch
I haven't seen it,
so,
but Pauline was saying that
good
don't run away
and
just because Macaulay Culkin is in it.
Yeah.
His name is
he looks really cute, and who knew that he was able to dance and stuff like that. So this is pretty terrific. We already talked about the 9 Lives of Christmas, worth watching. Jesse Stone collection, definitely worth watching, especially for dogs. They're awesome. But no,
that's
there's
even
lots
more
of
than
great
Tom Selleck for Pauline. So that's the dogs are good.
Dogs should be in every show.
Why not?
North Pole, the kids movie, we talked about that. Bruce Willis Surrogates. James, what would you say about this?
I think I liked it more than you did.
Yeah.
I think I stayed awake through it most of it. Now, you know, if I drowse off during something, and I'm getting older, and I take a med or two that kind of makes it. They're not fun meds, understand. They are like they would cause cancer in you or something like that if you took them. And they're not fun. But you know, sometimes I just drowse off, particularly after I've eaten. But it wasn't that boring. It started out pretty well. I thought he did a pretty good job. You know, my ultimate comment was, you know, they found a perfect vehicle for the average Hollywood actor, particularly the model types.
Because there's a lot of good-looking people in that can't act, and they
they're
don't have
playing,
to because
they're not really androids. What are they called? Surrogates or something like that?
Yeah.
So they've got low affect or no affect, and it works pretty well. I mean, it's they don't have to. There's not that much difference from them playing a regular role. So what the heck?
All right, so Rick and Morty season 8.
Uh-oh. That looks awful.
No,
but it's middle.
we watched
Okay.
it.
I kind of
You
watched it. Yeah,
laughed
that's right.
a little bit. I didn't like watching it when I wasn't working out, but when I was working out, I enjoyed it quite a lot.
There we go. Okay.
So it was funny enough. And honestly, I think I like this season 8, more than the previous season.
So you've watched it a little bit before?
Yeah.
Okay. I probably watched it before and it never registered with me.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of trouble following a cartoon where I know that if I had the time and that sort of stuff, I could do a better job cartooning.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
yeah.
I always had trouble with South Park that way. And they're probably still rolling along. Family Guy is quite different. There was a spin-off of Family Guy, wasn't there?
Okay, so Restitution. This one seemed like a vanity project. There was the guy who was the main actor was also involved with producing it and stuff like that. I think he wrote it too. I can't remember. Anyway, I remember seeing his name quite a few times.
They say too many cooks spoil the broth, but sometimes not enough cooks spoil the broth.
Yeah, well, it jumped around a bit, and you're like, okay, what's going on here? But Tom Arnold was in it, and he was great.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Way to go,
so
Tom Arnold.
I loved seeing Tom Arnold.
Yeah,
he must have been a friend of the person who created
and
this.
believe me, the guy wasn't doing him a favor. Tom Arnold was doing the guy.
Yeah.
That's what probably it's just.
Sorry, baby. Wow, this one was bad.
And it's not even the bottom. But there is a cat there.
There is a cat in it.
Okay. Did I see this one?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you saw this one.
It was terrible. The horrible hairstyle in this one.
And I guess they're trying to deal with important things. There's a professor, I'll give it away here.
Yeah, what the
professor who takes advantage of a student sexually, and
I can remember it now.
But
could happen at any university, probably even nowadays. It was probably rife way back when. I knew someone who was the drama department here at the University of Lethbridge. Performing arts is what they call it now. Was rife with it. I had a girlfriend who was propositioned by a drama prof.
Wow.
And then I had a relative who was male who was propositioned by a male drama prof. So there was a little bit of a problem because there were at that point in time 3 or 4 of them. So it looked as though they were all looking to score. But it wasn't just there. There was one sociology prof confronted by his wife. Who is it now? I'm not going to say 3-letter word.
All right. So as much as this sucked, really boring, that wasn't bottom of the stack. Bottom of the stack was Life with Dog. And this was one of those, I think it was a Dove movie or whatever, one of the Christian movies.
And it's worse than Hallmark. I can remember seeing this dog. What is wrong with its mouth there?
I don't know. Very bad picture.
Yeah.
But you don't remember the movie about the guy who he brought out the gun when the real estate agent was coming by?
I remember.
Now you remember. Okay.
Kind of vaguely.
Yeah, this is maybe the worst movie ever made. It's really bad. So that's pretty much it.
That was Mary Lou Henner. Wasn't she in a TV show or something like that? Taxi or?
All right, so there's 4.5 minutes left. Do you want to talk about Catcher in the Rye?
Yeah, let's get this taken care of so it doesn't end up on the deck.
So you talk about that, and I will get to eat a little bit.
Okay, there we go.
So I'm getting pretty cold.
So this was the book that, was it John Hinckley Jr.? Was he the one that took out
I don't know.
Brady?
Yeah.
What was the name of the idiot? Anyway, the idiot who took out John Lennon. He was sitting waiting for the police, calmly pretending. Maybe he was reading this, I don't know. But Catcher in the Rye. And you know, like when I worked at the cop shop, I wasn't expecting much. The people, some of them were a little bit sharper than some of the others. You know, some of them actually had maybe university, completed university and stuff like that, being criminal justice or whatever. Not really the right. So one guy's very nice actually, and he was quite good looking. I remember he dropped by a particular pizza parlor that I'd frequent, and women would be. They'd practically be like massaging his shoulders and stuff like that. He was waiting for the food. Anyway, yeah, he was a very nice guy, very friendly. I lived in my neighborhood for a while in Paris. My dog, I was walking her, and he stopped to pet her, and he was down like, and she kissed him. Right? You know, so he was a good guy, but. He was mentioning that he asked me if I'd read Catcher in the Rye, and you know, I was just saying, oh, it's about baseball, eh? I didn't know.
You hadn't read it.
I hadn't read it.
So now you did.
I just read it. I mean, this is like 30 years down the road, but I thought it was like Field of Dreams or some ridiculous thing like that. I didn't know what it meant, and you know, like it's really. If a body meet a body coming through the rye or something like that, and I was going, what? You know, I realized when I started reading it, that's where it came from. But it's not if a body meet a body, and it's not catch a body. And it's mentioned eventually in here after more than half of the novel. It mentions that that's not what it is, not catch a body, the body catch a body. Well, I thought it was, you know, like, I thought there'd be a killing in it. There's all sorts of, it's first person narrative, so the Holden Caulfield is, you shouldn't be spoiling, you realize it, right? Is narrating the whole thing, and he's constantly talking about, that was mad, I was really crazy, I was like a madman. And then it really killed me, or that was a killing joke, or whatever. It's just full of killing imagery and crazy imagery and stuff like that. Man, I thought there'd be a big mass murder at the end, but, you know, spoiler alert, there isn't. Don't go into this expecting something really dramatic. He does end up in, looks like some sort of psychiatric institution. But that's hardly touched on at the end. So it's about 230 pages. I wouldn't call it boredom, but it's pretty flat. It's written in American style. So, like, this isn't actually that good. A tiny bit of light came through the shower curtains and all from our room, and I could see him lying in the bed. I don't know, tiny bit of light. Who'd remember that? You awake? It's not, yeah, you awake? You awake? Yeah, it's pretty dark. I stepped on somebody's shoe on the floor, and darn near, it's a different four-letter word, fell on my head. Actually sort of sat up, and so he uses a lot of sorta, and and bad lean on his arm. He had a lot of white stuff on his face for his pimples. He looked sort of spooky in the dark. So again, there's a sort of. What the hell are you doing anyway? I said. What do you mean, what the hell am I doing? I was trying to sleep before you guys started making all that noise. What the hell was the fight about anyhow? Where's the light and so on and so forth. It's just really flat. And I gotta say, when I was majoring in English way back when, my first degree, I wasn't terribly interested in American literature. I'm pretty sure J.D. Salinger's an American guy. And